if you want a plan for the future, we can help your dreams come true. A degree that gets you the right job. It's affordable and easy for you. It's Nantucket Community College. Friendly people that know who you are. It's Nantucket Community College. A college so close that can take you so far.
Hello, welcome to Changing Lives. My name is Michelle Coach. I am the Interim Dean of Academic Affairs at Nantucket Community College. I have with me here today Michelle Howard-Swan. She is our coordinator of the Allied Health area and assistant professor. Hello, how are you today, Michelle?
Great, thank you.
So Michelle, tell us about how long you have been at Nantucket Community College.
I have been at Nantucket for 15 years.
Wow. So what have you done in this 15 years in your positions?
I started at Nantucket in the continuing education department where we put together a lot of healthcare certificates that were non-credit. We had a lot of changes in the past years, and we took a lot of those certificates and converted them to credit certificates and associate's degrees.
Excellent.
So I came over to academics with the certificates.
Excellent. So what was the first certificate that you started with?
Very first certificate was the medical assistant certificate. So that one is about 4 years old now. Excellent. Going into the academic side, it's actually in reality about 15 years old because I started it when I came to Nantucket.
Excellent. So you have, that has been your baby this whole time.
Yes, it really has been.
So how long did you say it has been over on the credit side? Has it been 3 or 4 years?
It'll be 4. We're going on our 4th year this fall.
Wow. And about how many students do you have currently enrolled in that program?
Currently we have about 40 students currently enrolled, all in different stages of their education.
Excellent. Do you have them come through? Do you just work with them with their courses every semester, or do they have a cohort type of model?
So what happens is we can enroll a new student every semester. So our next enrollment is actually this summer.
Excellent.
And then, if that's not enough time, this fall we'll be hoping for a lot of new students. The program takes about 3 semesters to go through to get the medical assistant certificate, and that's how everyone begins. Everyone gets the certificate. That's what they need to get to work and to take the national certification exam, and that allows them to work in all 50 states.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Is 3 semesters, that's full-time? Can somebody go part-time at the same time?
Someone can go part-time, and obviously it'll take them a little longer if they go part-time. We do have some evening offerings that are attractive to the part-time student, especially those that are working. Once they get their credit certificates, it's a 38 credit certificate for medical assisting, they could take their exam, and then for 22 more credits, they can get an associate's degree.
Wow, that's pretty great. Do they qualify potentially for financial aid when they do this?
They can, every part of it qualifies for financial aid.
Excellent. So they can kind of go with their pace, but you have a certain sequence that you're recommending for them.
Definitely a recommended sequence, yes. But there are full-time and part-time offerings.
That's wonderful. So how has your role changed more recently?
More recently, we've put together a lot more certificates for the healthcare side. We have a phlebotomy certificate, so that's been in existence at Nantucket for a while, and has gone over to the credit side for a 16 credit certificate. That's going to be a very popular one.
Excellent.
And then we have a lot of other ones.
So for the phlebotomy, what are they required to do in this process?
Well, what a great, you want your phlebotomist to be qualified, right?
Yes.
Well, we're training very qualified phlebotomists. So the first semester, they'll take 10 credits of classes, and the first, it's a skills class that they take called Techniques of Phlebotomy. So they'll learn to draw blood.
Oh, so you have people that will volunteer readily to just...
Luckily, yes, we have to call upon friends and family,
that
everybody
works.
that loves them, come on in, and they do get at least 50 live draws before they leave that class, and that's all in one semester.
Wow, so that is a pretty aggressive speed.
It is.
Do they go out to an externship afterwards?
They do. So the classroom training takes place in one full semester, so we'll be enrolling again for the fall. And we'll have a day section and we'll have a night section.
Oh, excellent.
So they'll take 3 classes in the fall, and then they'll go on to a shorter semester. So our fall students will take a winter session, and that's when they'll do their externship.
Wow.
Yeah, anyone enrolled in the spring will do a short summer session.
So it is really pretty quick.
It is very quick, yeah. So it's about a semester and a half, and their externship is 45 hours in a facility that's local to the student.
Wow.
No.
And I've heard that you have a lot of businesses that are really in healthcare people that are really looking for phlebotomists right now.
We do. So we have phlebotomists being employed just about everywhere. So you have your regular labs, you know, the labs that we all go to have our blood drawn.
Yes.
Many physicians are opening labs in their offices.
Wow.
So that means there's a stronger need for phlebotomists. And we have a lot of mobile phlebotomy areas that are popping up. So people hiring the phlebotomist to travel to nursing homes or to travel to private homes. So the opportunities for phlebotomists have been really greater than they ever have been.
That's pretty great. What happens if you don't want to go into patient contact, but you're interested in like the hospital, the doctor's offices? Do you have anything that would pertain to those type of individuals?
We do. We have 2 certificates that would fall under. So one, we have a certified medical office administrative certificate. So in that certificate, that one it's a shorter credit number, and they will be trained for the administrative reception duties.
Oh, excellent.
For a physician's office. So that's a short certificate. It's 15 credits. So that could be done in 2 semesters.
So that one's a really quick one.
That is a quick one, and they can take a national certification exam.
Wonderful.
And they can work in all 50 states.
Excellent. So they get the credential within maybe 2 semesters?
Yeah, about 2 semesters, and again,
Okay.
it's all administrative. So you're in the front end of the doctor's offices, and then those students would apply for reception type jobs.
Excellent. And what is this coders program that I've heard a little bit about?
So we have a health information management certificate.
Okay.
So the coding is a small piece to that, but anybody
Excellent.
that's interested in coding, that would be the certificate for them. We combine the coding with insurance regulations,
wow, okay.
insurance courses, a little bit of management mixed in there. So those are folks that we know would work in the insurance industry. There's a lot of jobs in Connecticut for
yes.
that type of a position. They could even go into medical records.
Okay. So these are short, quick certificates. Do they qualify for financial aid?
They do qualify for financial aid, and again, 2 to 3 semesters for
Okay.
most of these certificates.
Wonderful. So they can come in, work for about a year with your program, and then potentially step out into a program. Do you help with externships in any of these, or?
So the externship programs are the medical assistant and the
Okay.
phlebotomist. So yes, they have the assistance of Isnuntuck through into those externships. The other 2 programs don't have an externship component.
Excellent. And did you have another program that has been very unique to Asnuntuck?
We do. We have a massage therapy associate's
excellent.
degree.
So do many colleges have an associate's degree in massage therapy?
Actually, no college in this area. Yeah,
Wow.
we're the first in the state, and we're one of the few in the country that offers an
Excellent.
associate's degree in massage therapy. So that certificate has its own core, and that's specifically massage therapy classes. There's a big science piece to it. They learn the science, they learn about the body, and then they learn the techniques of massage.
Wow. So how long does that program typically take for an individual?
That's going to take at least 4 semesters because it is an associate's degree.
Okay. And they have to take their general education as part of this, correct?
That's right. So there's no option on that one. So we try to get the major requirements in first because that's what is going to get them to work sooner. And then they take a national certification exam, get a Connecticut state license, and finish their gen eds. And
Excellent. And what is the passing rate right now on the massage therapy program?
100%.
Wow. So
Yeah.
there's been a lot of people going through this program and the 100% passing rate.
Yeah, 100% passing rate. We're actually really successful in all of our programs across the board with their certification exams. We have very, very high success rates.
Excellent. So you're seeing people coming in, they're getting certified, and they're getting jobs at this point.
They really are, yeah.
that's wonderful.
So if we go back to massage therapy, one of the
Yes.
highlights of that program is we have a clinic. We have a massage
Oh.
therapy clinic. So these students have to do over 100 hours of massage. So talk about volunteers. They easily can get
Yes.
volunteers. So they will be running discount massages for the public. So right now, I believe the price is set at $25. You will get a 50-minute massage from a student who is using the experience of that massage towards their education.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
$2 an hour and
Yeah, unfortunately, that won't start until
2
I
hours.
think the end of next spring.
Yes, I mean, think about it. 50 minutes, $25, 50 cents an hour. It's
Yeah.
even, wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
I wish we
and
could speed it up a little because we all need that.
I mean, that's a wonderful thing. And you said the public is welcome.
Public is welcome and encouraged to come and visit us because that's where the students will get their experience.
Excellent. And I mean, the more the students, that's the more hours that need to be invested.
Right, correct.
And you said that'll start in the fall?
Yeah, so the clinic is going to be end of the fall or next spring.
Excellent.
Yeah, we've not found a way to put them on the fast track. I wish we could.
Yes, that would be great. A great service for people. So if I'm a certified massage therapist and I hear that it's an associate's program, can I make use of this program? Can I get have associates, but I already am practicing in the field?
Yeah, so we actually have an alternate track for massage therapy for any massage therapist with an active Connecticut state license. So they have the license and they are working. They can actually come to us, Nantucket, get a lot of credits for their core requirements through Charter Oak State College, and they'll end up having to take some of the core courses, but not many of them. One of the core courses they'll have to take is a capstone.
Interesting. What do they do for the capstone?
The capstone will require them to use their work experience and apply it to major theories and practices in massage therapy.
So they don't have to do those clinical hours. They just have to do this capstone type of course because they're already practicing in the field.
They're already practicing in the field, yeah.
Okay.
So now they can put their work on paper.
Excellent. So they only have to take probably some higher level courses at that point once they transfer in those credits from Charter Oak?
Right. It's about 3 to 4 higher level courses, including the capstone plus the gen eds.
Okay, so they have to finish all the additional courses. So that sounds like they would be able to get that credential. What would be a reason why they would want to get their associate's degree?
So the massage therapist, they can take insurance and so for reimbursement, and a lot of the insurance companies are having some, restrictions on whom they'll pay that aren't typical providers. So the massage therapists can really increase their own credential that way.
That's great. Can any other programs do the same type of thing other than massage therapy, transferring in any type of credits, or?
Yeah, a lot of them can. So Charter
Excellent.
Oak does offer a lot of distance learning credit. So based on a credential one might have, or based on prior education, like if anybody had a non-credit certificate, that could actually be converted to college credits and sent to our institution for transfer.
Excellent, because all of these programs and certificates were non-credit at one point, correct?
They were, right. So you can get the credit for the education or you can get the credit for the credential.
That's great. So how are these stackable? Can they do multiple programs together, or?
Sure. Well, everything in healthcare is stackable. That's the great thing. The more skills you have, the better for you. So, combining medical assisting with phlebotomy, that's a very qualified individual going into a practice. You may want to be a medical office administrative assistant and a phlebotomist at the same time.
Excellent.
So that's the great thing. So we do have the flexibility in our course offerings to allow people to get multiple certificates as well as common courses. We have common courses in these certificates. So it's not that you have to take, a total of 15 classes for both. There may be common courses there which cut your course number down.
Wow, so I could go in and say, I want to go into registered medical assisting, and I've taken a couple classes and say, you know what, I really want to go into phlebotomy as well. There may be some overlap between the two?
There is definitely overlap. There's a 3-course overlap.
Wow, so it's really not that much more to get to that next credential.
No, there really isn't.
So are you seeing a lot of that going for the back and forth?
Yeah, we actually are. We see a lot of combination with massage therapy and phlebotomy.
Interesting.
And depending on how the courses fall, some people are getting both certificates in 3 semesters.
Really?
Right.
So
they just don't want to leave us.
Yes. And you must be able to do some of the non-credit materials along with the credit, correct?
Yeah, we do have an extensive non-credit offering at Nantucket. So if you wanted to focus on only coding, they have a CPC certificate, sterilization technician, veterinary technician. There's a very, very popular aesthetics program at Nantucket as well.
So that's great. So there's a way to utilize what they're doing on the credit side, get some of the non-credit credentials on top of it, and that's wonderful. So do you have a new program that might be on the horizon coming up that I may have heard about?
Have you heard? We have, we are going into the approval process for a healthcare management associate's degree.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So, healthcare and management put together. How does this work?
Exactly. So we have medical courses and we have business courses. We have them combined into a core course curriculum and added some gen eds, and you can get an associate's degree in healthcare management. And again, once these courses are part of other certificates. So we have business certificate students taking these courses, and then we have our med certificate students taking these courses. Again, another combination could lead to another credential for someone.
Excellent. So are these regular courses that are offered in business, and is there anything unique that you need to have, or can you get certifications in both? I mean, take courses in both programs and then they just kind of merge?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. So we have some business students with some medical interest, some medical students with some business interest. So based on us actually taking a poll amongst the students, we thought this would be a good idea for Asnuntuck. So the great thing is it leads them into yet another area of employment, healthcare and the management level. So
excellent.
It's a lot of jobs there, a lot of opportunities. And a lot of places to go for our students.
Wonderful. Is there anything that's very specific to the combination of the two? Is there a course that they can take that they can find out if they're interested in that type of career?
Oh, such a good question. I think that they should just try one of both. So there's an accounting course. I think that's always good to start with. And then we have a class called Clinical Medical Assisting, and that's the lab course, or take an admin med course would be perfect to start with.
Find out if they like it in
the office. But they can always come to me. The students, any interested students can always come to me, and I can advise them on where to start.
Excellent. So what type of student do you advise on?
I advise mostly the medical students. So I try to get to see what they're interested in and see where would be the best pathway for them to follow. Because they are distinct pathways. You know, if you're afraid of needles, phlebotomy may not be for you.
That might be your choice, yes.
Right? So, we do a lot of advising, and we always recommend the students to call us, come to us, and get some idea of where the best place for them would be.
Excellent. So somebody with this health, let me try to get the name again. So it's health information management career.
Right.
What would they do?
So again, there you would have those folks that are interested in the administrative side, a little bit of coding and medical records or in some insurance regulations. So these would be the folks that would be working or have the ability to work in an insurance company. Because they would be looking at that side of healthcare, accepting the claims, paying the claims.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's a step above that certificate we talked about earlier.
Correct. Yeah, it's a broader focus, yes, of the certificate we spoke of earlier.
So is this unique to our area right now? Is there for health information management?
No, I believe other schools do offer it.
Okay.
But we have a really nice combination in ours.
Excellent. So it'll hopefully be able to, people can go into like a bachelor's degree, potentially once they achieve their associate's degree?
Yeah, so we do have bachelor's degree programs at the universities and at Charter Oak.
Oh, excellent. So we can look at the CSUs, we can look at Charter Oak, and maybe even some of the private institutions in our area.
Correct.
Excellent. What else do you do other than teaching on our campus?
Oh, Michelle, I'm very busy at Asnuntuck. Very, very busy. I am responsible for placing the students in their externships.
Okay.
So that's your medical assistant and your phlebotomy students, and we work very hard to try to find a nice match for the student for location and for preference. Some offices are busier than others, other offices are not. We've got a lot of students going to urgent cares, right?
Oh, yes.
People treat urgent cares like emergency rooms. So an urgent care is not for the faint of heart. So we do place students in the externships and monitor those externships. I do a lot of advising of the healthcare students to put them on the right path. I'm on a lot of committees. And I have put together a lot of healthcare certificates in the past year.
It sounds like you are very busy.
I am.
And did I hear you also monitor all of the health records that you need for both areas?
Right, because to come into Asnuntuck, you want to make sure that you have your health records. That's for any college student, right? You have to provide proof of the vaccines that you've gotten. So for healthcare, we have to have a couple more. So it's important to have that visit to the physician sooner than later.
So somebody deciding that they're going to go into the field, they really have a lot more that they have to invest, their paperwork, their documentation, in order to be able to able to go into the field.
Yep, correct.
Excellent.
So again, it's just one of those things to, everyone should go to the doctor anyway.
Yes.
So that's always done at the start of your program.
Excellent. So how did you get into a position like this? It sounds like you have a lot of experience in medical assisting and other areas. So how did you get to
Well,
this?
if I were to take you back to ancient history, I've been a medical assistant since I was 16. I'm a little older than 16.
Okay.
And being a medical assistant has taken me through my own education.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so
so-
tell me a little bit about.
So there's a lot of areas. So there's a lot of places to take it. When you get a medical assistant certificate, you can take it in a lot of different directions.
Excellent.
And again, the best thing about these programs that we offer, I know it's not like I'm bragging about medical assisting because
but
I
it's
actually teach it, but the best thing about these programs is the national certification. These students will take a certification test and pass the certification test, which shows that they've risen to a higher standard, and that's recognized nationwide.
Wow. So how many years have you worked as a medical assistant?
Oh, since I was 16.
So
I'm
you
not going to do
haven't-
the math for you.
But I'm saying you throughout your education as well, you've been
I have been a
continuing with it.
medical assistant
Excellent.
through college, through graduate school.
Oh, wonderful. So you
Yeah.
have that experience. And then have I heard that you taught phlebotomy as well at some point?
I've been a phlebotomy trainer as well.
So wow, you have a wealth of experience.
Mm.
So in these classes, what is the typical ratio do you usually see?
So the classes are actually pretty small. So our clinical classes can't go higher than 18.
Okay.
And for a lot of clinical classes, that's a small clinical class. We do have a clinical assistant in all of the clinical classes as well. So you have your primary instructor plus a clinical assistant. So you do get a lot of training, one-on-one training in some cases. The other courses can go up to 25.
Okay.
But, the teachers are very experienced to handle larger classes.
Excellent. So typically if you're going on more of a hands-on class, you're looking at a 9 or 10 to 1 type
Pretty
of
much,
ratio.
yeah, because you basically have two teachers.
So they really get the chance to really do the hands-on. And I mean, I've watched your classes. I was there in one of the eye exam ones, and you try to give the specifics about it. You lecture about it, but then you give that hands-on.
Yeah, the courses are said to be 50-50, 50% theory, 50% clinical. And we try very hard to keep to that ratio so they can leave feeling prepared, not only in book world, but also hands-on.
Yes, and it was very unique to watch because you had the charting going on. You knew you were showing them exactly what they needed to do once they were out there in the field.
Right.
So do you do fairs or anything like that in order to get students, to let them know what these programs are and what we have to offer?
We do. As Nantucket has open houses twice a year, so
Okay.
we actually have an academic open house and we have a continuing education open house. So there's
Excellent.
2 opportunities a semester that the students can come and learn about our healthcare certificates.
So you're typically present and you have all the documentation with them?
We do, and my colleagues actually go out to the high schools as well. So you may
excellent.
see us at some of the high school fairs.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So if somebody is interested, they just need to reach out to you or to somebody in admissions?
Call admissions, fill out an application, they'll send them to financial aid, and they can call me at any point along the way.
Excellent. Is there anything you would like to let people know about these wonderful programs that you're offering?
These wonderful programs, they are very interesting. They will keep the student engaged. The students will get their hands-on training from real world people, and we have really high employment rates. So if they're looking for the job,
That's excellent.
it's a good place to go.
And people could possibly come in and maybe, do you do any like blood pressure testing or anything like that sometimes?
Yeah, we do. We have, we're about to have our clinical day tomorrow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so we have our clinical dates, our senior students. So we do invite the public to come in to get their blood pressure taken, a blood glucose test done, and a blood type done. It's good practice for the students who will
Absolutely.
actually be going out to real jobs with real patients. So we like to invite the public to come in, show them off a little bit, and allow the public to find out some interesting things about their health.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. So you have not only that, but we also have those massages that potentially could be happening.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of reasons to come to us in Nantucket.
Very cool. Well, I would like to thank you for participating in this interview today. I'm glad you could inform us all about these different programs. And
Thank you for having me.
I think this will be it's a wonderful opportunity for a lot of the students potential students to come in and speak to you about these types of things.
Absolutely, yes.
So I hope to hear that we have some new enrollees in the near future and
right.
people participating in our clinics.
Summer classes start May 28th and fall classes start August 26th.
Excellent. So those are right around the corner and the end of the semester is right here.
That's correct.
All right. So thank you very much, Michelle. I'm
Thank you.
glad we were able to chat tonight.
Yes, thank you for having me.
We can help your dreams come true. A degree that gets you the right job. It's affordable and easy for you. As Montauk Community College. Friendly people that know who you are. As Montauk Community College. A college so close that can take you so far.